चलो हम देखते हैं NQ straight into business, no hi, hello, all that bullshit, right? Straight into business. We're going to look at NQ here, right? This is left side is NQ and my right side is E-mini SMP, right? So we're looking at the daily chart. हम daily पर देख रहे हैं, right? We have all-time highs here on NQ, right? We have all-time highs here on ES, right? Relative equal highs on NQ, right? Singular high. We'll annotate it as minor buy side. Why minor buy side? Because we're looking at this dealing range. This becomes our primary buy side. Primary buy side. This becomes our primary sell side, right? Whatever that forms inside this range, हम उसको annotate करते हैं. We call it minor liquidity, minor sell side or minor buy side, right? Because it's inside this primary high and it's inside this primary sell side. This is our previous monthly low. That's one thing to be noted here, right? We have a monthly busy resting right underneath here, so that is a good place. I'm looking at that for now, but let me explain a couple of things first, right? So हमारे पास ये SIBI है, right? This singular pass through, right? SIBI, sell side imbalance, buy side inefficiency, right? We have this volume imbalance in here, right? You can include this like this, or आप ऐसे कर सकते हो, right? I'm only going to take the new week opening gap. Why? Because new week opening gaps are those area in price where the highest probability reversals form. Write this shit down, right? If you are looking for a reversal, new week opening gaps are the crucial point to look to frame your entries off of, right? If it is, you have to see if it's coming from a new week opening gap. You can confirm for a fact that if the distribution is lower, that's the high of week, right? So on ES, I'm going to take the same daily volume imbalance here, right? I'm going to take it as gray, right? On ES, I want you to look at ES for now, right? So ES dropped, right? Came all the way back into this, order block, right? Respecting the mean threshold of the order block. I remember trading this, right? If you draw a Fibonacci point half, you'll see mean threshold respected there, right? Comes all the way down. We disrespect this new week opening gap. You can call that a busy as well. उसको पूरा हमने किया, it inversed, right? फिर हम expect कर रहे थे ES पर that okay, we're gonna use this SIBI here, right, and this volume imbalance here to send price lower. But what price ended up doing was price came all the way here, right? You can look at this order block as well. Look at this, it's mean threshold. So as of now, we're respecting the mean threshold of this order block. मैं दिखाई देता हूँ. So this high to this low, bang on. Order block on the daily is getting respected, right? Same here. Either to bhai, it didn't even want to reach to the mean threshold, right? It didn't want to reach to the mean threshold. We used this volume imbalance here, right? Bodies closed below it. It came all the way and closed above it. So, and then it traded all the way higher into the SIBI inverse हुआ, right? One of the things that you have to notice is volume imbalances are those PD array, dirty little PD array I call them. They can be visited again and again and again and again, right? Look at this volume imbalance over here, right? 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 candles shared their ranges in here. And then once again we tapped into it here, and then now this candle is an inside bar. I'm just reading price in front of you lifetime, right? This is an inside bar high here, inside bar low here, right? So this is a highly consolidating market as of now. When I fucking look into this, right, on the daily, this shit is stuck in a consolidation between this high and this low, and we've engineered minor buy side here and we've engineered minor sell side here. Now the thing is, where are you gonna aim your shot at? Where do you think is price gonna go? Minor buy side or minor sell side? Look at ES for now, right? That same volume imbalance, we closed above it, right? On ES, we got हमको मिला एक BC इधर, right? But NQ पर तो BC नहीं है. You want to call it here, something like that. I wouldn't really regard it, right? But this one is catching my eyes again, right? Why? Because we have this up close candle. ये up close भी बना है इसके बीच में, right? This candle Thursday को tapped into here, right? Thursday we had this massive dump, right? Tapped into here, right? That is this low on NQ right here. Right? Look at where my mouse is going. And this down close candles, wick as well, right? There, bang on there. And we traversed higher. So, and then today, Monday, opened up, goes lower into the new week opening gap here, and now it's making a run towards this high here, 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 right? So now my question here is, I'll probably think, I'm gonna start thinking how smart money सोचते कैसे है, right? Because how is smart money gonna engage this marketplace is my question. ज़्यादा हिंदी में हो रहा है, ज़्यादा इंग्लिश में हो रहा है क्या bro? let me switch. No, भाई question यही है, okay, what is smart money trying to do, right? So on ES when हम ऐसे देखते हैं तो we see on NQ this is relatively equalized, 1 high, 2 high, 3 high. These are really juicy fucking area, right? 31,000 is right here on NQ, right? 7694 is the high, 31097 is the high, 32,000 is also above us, 33,000 is also above us, right? So now I'm gonna watch on NQ, है ना, मैं देखूंगा कि ये सिबी क्या कर रहा है. अगर मैं इसको थोड़ा डार्क बनाऊं so that you can literally see it, आपको दिख रहा है ये वॉल्यूम इम्बैलेंस और ये सिबी ये रेंज शेयर कर रही है, राइट? इतना जो एरिया है वो शेयर कर रही है यहाँ से लेकर यहाँ तक, राइट? मैं अगर आपको दिखाऊं यहाँ से लेकर यहाँ तक, दिस एरिया इज शेयर्ड, राइट? दिस एरिया इज शेयर्ड. अब मेरे को देखना ये है, if ES wants to lead into higher prices or ES makes a run towards this high, maybe this swing high in here, right? We have stops resting there, right? We have this order block here as well, right? I want to see if ES wants to make a run here while NQ respects this little area in here. As of now it is. I'll show you in the lower time frames, right? This white box I'm talking about, right? That's that common area between this SIBI and this volume imbalance we're looking at, right? That's why I chose the volume imbalance instead of this whole BC, right? Now you're understanding why I chose that, right? And also because volume imbalances are those speed area where price can visit again and again and again, it would be nice if NQ wants to make a run lower towards this minor sell side, right? But that idea on ES does not make any sense. Because ES, I want to see higher prices. See how correlated this fucking correlated this is, right? It's so hard to frame your trades on here, right? For that, we're gonna take a look at Dixie, right? We're gonna take a look at Dixie right now. मैंने उसको annotate करके prep नहीं किया है, but we'll take a look at Dixie. This is gonna be a good video. It's gonna be a pretty long video, right? हम मजे करते हैं, बात करते हैं. Well, let's look at it, right? So. Now I'm only going to show you NQ, right? मैं आपको सिर्फ NQ दिखाता. I mean ES देख लो. You understand these are the PD arrays that I'm using, right? We have this volume imbalance here as well. यहाँ it was chopping around here. Now this SIBI has become highly balanced for me, right? Because delivery मिला इधर, tabbed it और किया deliver. इतना inefficient portion था ये high से लेकर ये low तक, right? उसको पूरी तरीके से deliver किया, वापस आगे range के अंदर. You see back and forth. So this shit has been really balanced, right? अब मेरे को देखना ये है कि is this gonna act as a reclaimed SIBI on ES or as an inversion fair value gap to attack this all-time highs here? That is my question here. Relative equal highs on ES as well, right? Because ES पर थोड़ा clear है, I could also make NQ bullish, right? For now, we're going to take a look at NQ. हम drop करते हैं एक 60-minute time frame पर. So on 60-minute, right? Relative equal highs on 1 hour here, right? Drops again. Consolidates here, consolidates, engineers minus sell side. This is that sell side daily ka minus sell side that I called hourly per, right? Drops here on Thursday. We thought it's going to make a run lower, right? Doesn't even take out this low here, right? Uses that volume imbalance to send price higher. So today we came back into the new week opening gap here. Niche gaye, right? Came all the way back into that spot I showed you, right? Fails to get to the consequent encroachment, right? And it's right here. Now, मेरे को देखना ये है because of this run in here, right? I want to see if this high wants to get taken and then they want to run this high here, or it wants to stay under the consequent encroachment of ये SIBI जो है and this white area here, right? It can overshoot a little bit, but this is that last line of defense, this lower quadrant in here. No bodies above the consequent encroachment is what I want to see. If they have no interest to run the sell side here, I'm going to use this breaker here on the right side to go long and attack all-time highs on NQ. Let's look at the 60-minute ES. Daily BC, right? Sell side on ES as well here. Relative equal highs on ES, right? ES per run is making a run higher. If ES wants to lead, because ये इसके ऊपर close होगा, most likely today it's going to close above this inversion. So this becomes my inversion fair value gap. I want to see if that wants to lead, right? Or we have, let's see what happens. That's why I always say कि Monday को छोड़ दो. Wait for Monday to form, right? Where did midnight open today? See, this is the reason I sit still on Mondays, right? Because मेरे को और intel चाहिए. Here I can frame both sides of the market because I know people that shorted at 1050 macro, right? I know people that must have shorted at the open, right? Because they're expecting lower prices. I understand. What did I initially say in the video about NASDAQ? I want lower prices, right? But am I trading on it? No. I'm not trading on it yet. That's why I wait for Mondays to form, right? I want Mondays to form so that Monday can give us a range. It can set the stage for the rest of the week. That's why I wait on Mondays, right? Let's look at today's opening on NQ. Opened up here. हम देखते हैं regular ये gap देखते हैं, right? Opening range gap देखते हैं. So this is our opening range gap from, this was settlement close, right? 414. That was our open at 930. That's our opening range gap, right? Let me put on its, क्या करते हैं हम इसको? We put on quadrants on it, right? Black, that goes to, fails to get to the upper quadrant. One thing I want you to notice, it engineered these relative equal lows at the upper quadrant of that opening range gap, upper quadrant, right? I'm just telling you to see it. I'm not saying anything, right? I'm not giving you any ideas here, right? Regular trading hours per, we have relative equal highs here. You see this high here, relative equal highs. Price here is here right now. Okay, let's come back to electronic trading hours. These are relatively equal lows, right? Here, I'm not saying anything as of now. I'm just taking a look freshly. This is where I'm actually sitting on the charts with you all. मैं अभी बैठ रहा हूँ. So you also get to see what my eyes are looking at on the charts, right? Because I'm freshly sitting on a Monday morning. I slept in today and I had no interest in trading. मैंने pre-decide करके रखा था. I wanted some rest, right? So I'm reading the candlestick in front of you, okay? Relative equal lows है उधर. Relative equal lows इधर है. Anyway, opened up, right? Goes into the opening range gap here. Makes a run higher. Takes out this high. It does. These are relatively equal highs or no? I don't think so. Anyway, you can consider this relative equal highs if you want to. You can sometimes. Breaches. First presented FEG there. We're going to take a look at that. That's our 930. First presented FEG, which was used as an inversion array. When price was here, हमारे पास कौन सा level were we looking at? We were looking at this new week opening gap, right? So that becomes your obvious draw. Obvious draw becomes that, right? Relative equal lows छोड़े. अगर ये जब disrespect हुआ इधर, don't short it. Don't short this. ये दो ना भाई, ये कौन short करता है भाई? 36 को. Nobody does, right? This was a good long, in my opinion, right? I think there was an SMT that was formed here, but again, I wouldn't trade. And see, it entered that white area. Yeah, dikh raha hai? Look at this precision here, right? If you are trading the 1150 macro, right? You could have scalped this shit. I'm telling you, you could have scalped this into a discount. Anyway, it came up again, right? And this is what we are looking at, and we have its quadrants in here. So I'm just looking at it. I don't have any expectations. I'm not going to say where it's going to go to. I have no idea, honestly. I have no idea. But as of now, it's like, okay, देखना है मेरे को if it wants to attack the high. let's go into Dixie. Dixie. Man, sure. ये क्या? ये नहीं भाई. This is not what I'm going to show you. ये नहीं चाहिए मेरे को. Let me show you something. Oh, do I check bonds is the question. US 10-year bond. Haha. Maybe. You all don't know what I'm doing in here, brother. Like whatever's happening in my on my monitor, on my screen, you have no idea what's going on, what I'm doing in the background. I only show what I fucking want you to know, right? I don't want to like say a lot of things, but yeah, it is what it is. Let me just take off all this bullshit off so we can look at it clearly. So we made a draw this buy side even according to ICT. I remember calling Dixie over here. I know it's थोड़ा गंदा लग रहा है, but चाहिए भाई. We need that. Refresh. Come back here. So we're using a Wix consequent encroachment here, right? ICT says this is a good place to take parcels, right? He did some shit in here, right? What did he do was he took this volume imbalance here as well and he projected something like this, right? And he put his deviations on. And then he was like, we have this buy side. No. He was saying कि हमारे पास event horizon. He was talking about some kind of event horizon. Or he was, I think, talking about this consequent encroachment in here. Something like this he was saying. It tagged it right there, right? 1.5. Yeah, something like that he was saying. Anyway, on Dixie, when we're looking at Dixie, that wick respected here. मैं अगर आपको wick दिखाऊं, this is that wick I'm talking about, okay? अरे यार, this is the wick I'm talking about. Sorry man, fuck. बीमार ना पड़ जाऊं, बैंचोद. We have this sell side imbalance, buy side inefficiency here. SIBI. हम ये BC के अंदर आए. We have this BC in here. It could come into here, right? यहाँ ये पड़ा है, right? It could come into here, but again, ये जो inversion है, उसके ऊपर रहे, right? That's what I want to see. Now it's here. I want to see if this wants to get inverse and make a run towards the buy side here. Is what I want to see. But as of now, मेरे को देखना है what does this SIBI do, because ये BC is now acting as an inversion fair value gap, right? But it's coming from a BC as well. So हम अगर 15 देखें, so see it's acting as an inversion fair value gap and we have relatively equal lows in here on Dixie. And ये है हमारा एक new day opening gap, some kind of big ass volume imbalance in here. I think that's a new day opening gap. Yeah. So I want to see, right? ये क्या है भाई? What the fuck is that in between? ये क्या है? Hell nah. Is that a fucking candle? The fuck is this? हाँ भाई, that's a candle. ये top पर देखो, it's a fucking candle. 730 का candle. ऐसा क्या candle बन गया bro? It closed, open, high भी हुई दिया, low भी हुई दिया. The hell? Anyway, coming back into Dixie, right? It really switched there. Relatively equal highs here. Okay. Anyway, if Dixie is gonna go bearish, right? ये अगर मंथली बीसी को ये डेली बीसी को एक्सप्लोर करना है, ये सेल साइड को एक्सप्लोर करना है, तो वो मेरे को बना देगा लाइक ऑन व्हाट डू यू कॉल इट, ऑन NQ, दैट विल मेक मी बुलिश, डजंट इट? राइट, इट वुड, राइट? सो relatively equal highs here, so let's see what happens. Sell side पड़ेगा इधर, right? I want to see how this area acts as of now, right? मेरे को देखना है. I told you a couple things in the morning. We have relatively equal lows here, opening range gap इधर है. Now everything depends on price, how price wants to form here. Kaise, how does it want to engage itself is the question. So okay, now let's come back to gold. Gold. ये तो नहीं था. There we go. Looking at gold, right? We're looking at this sell side here. Here LTV को lows तो उड़ा लिए, right? This sell side, and again this low here engineer करती है, right? And we have this sell side in here. So when we zoom in into gold, यहाँ से तो beautifully deliver किया, right? सिबी से. We're watching all of this shit here, right? Delivered, right? यहाँ एक और बार this top out the people, right? It touched the swing low, and now it inverses below, inverses above this BC here on gold, right? Now it came back into it, right? We have this buy side here, right? Now that we have come below this old low, right? Short term, it makes me see gold as being a bit, bullish for higher prices, right? This wick's consequent encroachment I've marked here. That is that area I'm looking at. If it wants to reach into there, close above it, and go attack this buy side, or if it takes this buy side here, touches this here, this acts as an inversion fair value gap to send price into a discount. Maybe this BC here. I want to see no return back into here, right? This, because no return back into here to hai, right? And also this BC, there's a small little BC in here, but I'm going to take this inversion. मैं ये inversion को watch करूँगा. मेरे को देखना है कि होता क्या है. On the lower time frame, you can see you would have formed like little good ass scalp in here, bro. Right? Again, relatively equal lows per day, right? We have this low as well on the daily, 928 and 95. Small little inefficiency here, right? There, let's see. We have this, we have open is 03137, low is 038. Okay, so that's not a devil's mark at least. It's not a devil's mark, right? I'll take this wick here, markets quadrants as well. And I would want to watch them. That's it for gold, I guess, right? Want to see if they want to explore this buy side here, give us a small little market maker buy model, right? And we have the relative equal highs here as well. Inefficiency 4 hour. Okay, let's see what happens on that. Coming back into NQ, I was just reading this here if I was gonna engage it or not, right? So this is my official chart where I trade on, right? So looking at it, yeah, the levels are actually the same levels, but the only difference is in here is I'll take this shit off. Yeah, मैंने ये new week opening gap और ये जो BC इसको एक range करके लिया है, right? I've taken it as a whole range together. See, you could have found good freaking macro trades in here. Relative equal lows भी पड़े इधर, है ना? High, low, equilibrium. Relative equal lows here. इधर opening range gap भी पड़े हैं. Opening range gap के अंदर sell side पड़ा है, right? Beautiful, eh? Freaking beautiful. Where was that other chart? पर दिखा था bro. Now, like, this is real time, eh? Yahan, there is no ambiguity in here. Right? There is no fucking ambiguity. I fucking annotated the charts in front of you. Like what I'm looking at, जो मैं देख रहा हूँ. You can see. अभी भी अगर नहीं दिख रहा है तो get the fuck out of my channel. You don't deserve it. I'm telling you. If you cannot see what the 1 minute is doing right now, you have no business being here. Did the tick here, brother? Did the tick into this fucking, that area that I showed you? Why did I look at that area, bro? Minus sell side here, right? We've taken this low. We have inefficiencies here, inversion, right? First presented sell side that was formed at 10 a.m. here. Relative equal lows here. देख रहा हूं मैं, right? Nothing. It's 1:30. Let's see if PM wants to do something or it wants to leave it for now, right? That's why I'm not trading it. Abhi mere ko it's a bit hard to say, right? But if I was willing, then if I'm probably gonna wait for that 1:30 open, right? Wait for PM's first presented and try to get something. I want to see what the first presented does. If it wants to go take out this low, or if it wants to explore this low, or it wants to just explore this low, leave these and explore the high. वो Intel से पता लगेगा, right? You understand with that, with Intel. This is a candle here. You can disregard it. ऐसे draw कर सकते हैं your fair value gap. I don't want to see any bodies in this inversion. Make a run towards minor sell side. Volume imbalance either. Volume imbalance is here. Nice. Looking at 5 minute. See again the sell side, I told you, midnight opens there. We have a previous new day opening gap somewhere around here. नहीं है. I thought I saw something. I don't think so. But anyway. एक और चीज नोटिस करना 15 मिनट पर. We have this BC here, right? That is at the lower quadrant of the opening range gap, right? Very worth watching, right? What is ES doing? ES is using that as an inversion fair value gap, right? See how this fucking correlated this shit is. ES पर हमारे पास ऐसे relative equal highs छोड़े. It's so close to here, close to it here, right? This CB and its quadrants were acted as an inversion fair value gap on ES today. I'm gonna see what it does. Relative equal lows. The buy side is so close to here, right? When we frame our trades, our buy, if you're taking a long in here, this is your terminus. So without the terminus getting hit, you trying to short here is so naive, right? Because Dixie is going lower. It's like a falling knife. While you're trying to go short an NQ is a bit of, see how everything is so fucked up today, especially coming after a bank holiday. Mat kiya karo, right, bro? There are better conditions, man. There are way better conditions which are available in the marketplace. I say, you don't have to trade all this shit, honestly. Anyway, I'm gonna cut it right now, right? Yeah, it was nice talking to you all. Let's see what happens tomorrow. Probably gonna make a couple more videos tomorrow as well. I'll probably record a live tape reading session and मैं डालता हूँ like live tape reading. Instead of coming live, I'll do a live tape reading because I personally trade during that time as well, right? So whatever I'm seeing, you also can get an idea of what I'm actually doing, how I'm actually trading, how I'm pushing buttons, how I'm engaging. Anyway, it was good and enjoy your fucking days, boys.